All right, I guess it's time to get our second episode started.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, how's it going? We are Nerds in a Box, and we are very happy to be here bringing you our second episode. Woo! Very happy we made it past the milestone of 1.
We actually did a podcast.
I know, we actually started something, so we're going to keep it going. So thank you to all of you who watched last week's episode or listened. And thank you for coming back. Thank you for sharing it. Thank you for liking it. Thank you for just being a part of this with us. We
Thank you
really
for
appreciate
200 likes.
200 likes already.
222 last time I
So-
checked.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Which is
so
amazing.
It's a good number,
I'm
222.
really,
It's
yeah,
a lovely number.
it is.
That's better.
So I'm really happy about that. We're all happy about that. So thank you. Another thing we did this week, we were challenged by Dan's wife, Keegan Kiefer, to do the Ice Bucket Challenge. So we actually have a video. If you just scroll down a little bit, you can look down right now, and then it'll keep playing when you come back. You'll actually see our ALS Ice Bucket Challenge video, and that's got links where you can donate. We challenge everybody to donate $5, even if you don't want to do the challenge. Just it's a great thing to do, a great foundation, a great thing, great challenge. So, that being said, let's get this episode started.
Woot.
So this episode is going to be all about like comic book shakeups or big things that happen behind the scenes or in the comics themselves. Like we're going to be talking about new writers for Batgirl and Catwoman over at DC. We're going to be talking about new female Thor, new new Falcon, Captain America. Yeah. So just so you guys know, there will be some spoilers in this episode covering Original Sin. So if you don't want to hear that or you don't want to listen to that, that'll pertain to the Marvel part with Thor and Falcon. So be sure to skip over that part if you don't want to hear any spoilers. So that being said, let's start out with Batgirl and Catwoman then. And you're kind of a resident Batgirl expert with Gail Simone, so you can kind of explain what's going on here.
In the new 52, they're starting to redesign her after issue 34, the most recent one, because they feel it's gotten too dark. Mm-hmm. Which I understand. Because it did get really dark. Yeah. Like, she almost killed her brother, and it's just been very, very...
That's not dark.
Yeah.
What?
It's been a lot more like Batman than like quirky Batgirl that we're used to, and so it's kind of what they're going for in this new shot. I'm sure everybody by now has seen the new picture of her in her new costume, which looks great.
It looks awesome.
It looks awesome.
Well, a lot of people I know, a lot of people really like it because it's like, it almost looks like this homemade costume, which is kind of the point too, because she's got like these combat boots, and then she's got the cape that like
the
clips.
Button on.
Yeah, like button on cape and like the snap gauntlets. Well, I mean, the big thing there is that Gail Simone, who wrote it for such a long time, is no longer in charge of writing it, and we have Cameron Stewart, Brendan Fletcher, and Babs Tarr now coming in to take over. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens if they do take more of a lighter approach. It's still going to have like similar dark tones, but I guess not trying to kill your brother dark.
So I think they're trying to take her in like kind of a middle of the road direction, which wouldn't be bad. And Gail Simone is off working on her own secret project, according to her recent Tumblr post, which hints at Secret 6, but we don't know. And then the other new redesign is Catwoman.
Yes, I'm excited. I'm really excited about the
Catwoman's going to be really cool. Yeah.
For those of you who don't read, it's got 2 major writers right now. The first 12, I believe, were written by Judd Winnick, and they are awesome. I love them. It's like the quintessential absolute Catwoman. He gets her character down to a T. She's always fighting her demons. She's always in trouble. She's like can't help herself from getting into these messy situations, but she's always still trying to do better.
Yeah.
With Ann Nesenti, which she took over after Judd Winnick left, it's not bad. It just feels a lot more mechanical. There's some that are getting bad. Like Batwoman is getting bad, but Catwoman's not bad yet. It's just kind of eh. So what they did actually really interesting. I can't remember if it's this most recent Future's End or the one before, but they show that Catwoman, Selena Kyle, is now running the mob. Like, she is the crime boss of Gotham in Future's End, in like the Batman Beyond universe, 50 years from the current continuity. So what they're hinting at with this new redesign with Catwoman is that they're going to start heading in that direction, which would be crazy.
Oh my god, that would be
Epic.
so cool.
Just see her like building up her own like crime boss, like taking out, because there's like an endless line of crime bosses in Gotham. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
there's
I know.
no shortage of that.
So with like Gotham coming out, they're kind of restarting a lot of new characters, like the TV show that I'm talking about. And
Yeah,
now
good
my
point.
question is,
That would be so
because
Uh.
what they're doing with Gordon is he's focusing a lot on the crime bosses, a lot of the mob bosses, and Selena Kyle's character is one of the main villains in Gotham.
True.
So the question is, do you think that they'll try and tie that in a little bit, where throughout the season she kind of edges on like the mob here and there?
I would love that. I don't know, because they're not as like interconnected as
Yeah.
like the Marvel stuff
Right.
is. But I would love that, especially because like they haven't said in the New 52, but before, like it was hinted that she was Carmine Falcone's illegitimate daughter.
Yeah.
So they might pull on that, and like she might be actually related to the mob.
That'd be a cool angle to
and
play.
have like be
'cause-
like, I don't want any part of you, but I'm still gonna mess around and make a mess.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, and then Marvel has its change-ups coming
Yes, Marvel
Yeah.
has its change-ups.
in October and November.
Great segue, by the way.
Yeah. I don't do transitional material.
I know, great, thank you.
We're all very proud of you, Tessa.
So yeah, so speaking of Marvel, I guess, shall we start with Thor? Cool. So I guess we'll start with the change up for Thor, and I guess new female Thor, as it's kind of
Well, she
being
is
dubbed as.
technically-
I mean, yeah, she's female Thor, true, but you know that's kind of what it's being called right now.
But yeah, what's cool is like when she was introduced, they said, this isn't Thorette, this isn't Lady Thor, this is Thor.
But yeah, this is Thor.
Which is why I love it, which is why I love that you use the quotes, because she's not female Thor, she is Thor.
Yep. So it'll be interesting to see how that happens, because you know everyone's freaking out about it because it's like, oh, you're making Thor a woman. It's like, well, not yeah, but not in the sense that you think it is, because you know we don't know who it is.
Yeah, they haven't released it yet. Also, like a lot of people were upset. Like I had some friends who were upset not because it was a female Thor, but because their Thor became unworthy.
Yeah.
But he's been unworthy before.
Yeah.
It's not the first time he's lost the hammer.
Not the
and
first
it's
time.
not the first time we've had a female as Thor. There's a What If comic
Yes.
where Jane Foster is the one who finds Mjolnir and actually becomes Thor. So it's none of it is fresh or new.
A lot of people, you know, have been upset with how stories are being rewritten, things like that. I don't know. I'm kind of with a mindset where it's like, if you have a story to tell and you make it good and you give us like really good reasons for why you want to do this, I'm all for it. Like, I mean, because Thor is not going away. He's still gonna have his own storyline where he's wielding a battle axe
He's
and
got
he's
this like metal arm.
yeah, it looks
He
so
looks
cool.
He looks like a beast.
Yeah, I
so
know.
ready.
Well, like, he's going on this journey to figure out why he's suddenly unworthy, what happened, how he can fix it.
And to be fair, Thor always kind of needs to be knocked down a couple wrongs every
Oh,
once in a
yeah.
while.
Oh, yeah.
Just because he's Thor.
Just because, I mean, if
He's
I
a
had that
good
kind of
guy,
power, it would
but-
go to my head, too. So, yeah, so Thor's going to be really cool, but aside from Thor, the big one, and also part of our superhero spotlight this week, is on Falcon. It's on Sam Wilson as the Falcon. Very excited
Yes.
about this. For those of you that don't know, recently Captain America, in Captain America issue number 21, was fighting Iron Nail. It's fighting this really strong villain. And he actually drained his super soldier serum, so it drained his strength, and it also took away his age. So it took away his youth. So now he's like a 90-something-year-old man, and he obviously can't do it anymore. So coming out in the fall is going to be the new Thor comic, and also the new all-new Captain America #1 with Sam Wilson as Captain America.
So, Falcon. He was created in 1969 in Captain America 117, I believe. And his original self kind of got retconned after that, but because he was originally a social worker, but later on they retconned where he was actually a thug. He grew up with extremely religious parents, but then his father was killed trying to separate a fight in their neighborhood in Harlem, of course, because it's 1969. And his mother was mugged and got killed. And so he's just like, you know what, screw it, I'm done. I'm done with, like, all this religious crap. I'm done with this place. I'm leaving. He goes to the West Coast.
Snap Wilson.
Snap Wilson.
Snap Wilson.
On one of his missions, he ends up crash landing into this island and called with the Exiles, which is pretty much the natives that were actually serfs to Red Skull. And I forget how Captain America ends up there, but he ends up on the island with Falcon. And Falcon's like, well, I'm a criminal, but I'm not a jerk. I can't just leave these people to be serfs to Red Skull, so I'm going to try and help out. And Cap actually kind of pulls Batman here. It's like, well, you'll be able to lead them better if you are an inspiration, if you're a symbol. And so he becomes the Falcon. And with his sidekick Red Wing, which is actually like a falcon, he helps free the natives. But during this whole episode, he gets captured by the Red Skull, and using the Cosmic Cube, he gets a mental link with Red Wing, which actually lets him talk to and control birds.
Which is
So
super
that's
cool.
great, right?
Which is super cool.
And then Captain America trains him in like hand-to-hand combat,
Yeah.
so he's like
Yeah.
this super fighting dude who can talk to birds.
talking.
And it wasn't until, I think, 10 years later that he got his actual wings. I'm probably wrong on the time frame, but he got his first set of wings. After this, he's part of several teams, from the Avengers to S.H.I.E.L.D. to to Defenders to the Secret Avengers. Actually, that's later on. And then in 2004, his wings get trashed in this big epic battle. Him and Cap are in with this villain. I forget which one. But then Black Panther gives him his new set of wings.
Uncle T'Challa for Christmas.
I know. Just go ahead. Read
Okay.
what these can do.
I was going to try and remember
is awesome.
it, but it's so cool that I have to read it because it's just ridiculous. Okay. This is all Wakandan tech. Alright. Black Panther supplied Falcon with a new costume and wings. An emitter array on Falcon's back creates holographic hard light wings with a maximum wingspan of up to 50 feet. Controlled by a cybernetic link, the wings can be instantly reconfigured into dozens of different cruise configurations. A magnetic drive, in turn, provides the thrust needed to get Falcon airborne. The emitter also possesses GPS jamming devices that prevent satellite tracking, while the hard light wings interfere with infrared tracking. A vibranium microweave was added to the costume itself, making Falcon resistant to small arms fire. The entire system is controlled mentally through cybernetic circuitry in Falcon's mask. The costume has in the past featured a hidden talon, a cybernetically controlled grappling line built into the gauntlets of his costume, which he uses to entangle opponents, hook objects, or for swinging and climbing when his wings are detached. His wings are always detachable in every set he gets. The costume's visors also come equipped with various capabilities, including infrared lenses, giving him the ability to see objects by their infrared signature at night, magnification capabilities, and remote imaging sensors that allow a full 360-degree vision of what's going on. The cowl also has a wideband receiver and transmitter with an unspecific range.
I want my Christmas present from Black Panther.
Hey, T'Challa!
I would love that.
We'll pay for your plane ticket.
Yeah, right.
Want to come hang out and give us Christmas presents? He's really cool, and he's also, I think what I love most about Falcon is he is never a sidekick. There is never a time where he is a sidekick. He is always a partner. And there's even that one time in S.H.I.E.L.D. where he realizes, I'm here because I'm the token black guy. And he was brought on because they needed to fill that quota that's mandated by the government, and he's like, no. And he just leaves. No! Exactly. It's gonna be great. I can't wait for that.
It'll be very, very interesting.
But the really cool thing that also is gonna happen is that like the first few issues is gonna deal with Steve teaching Sam Wilson how to throw the shield.
Well, especially since he doesn't have super strength.
He doesn't have super
So
strength.
that's going to be
So he's going to teach
something
him.
with that vibranium weave
it'll
within the
strengthen
suit.
this thing to...
I'm sure there's going to be
Exactly.
something
So-
that'll bounce.
Hey, Uncle T'Challa, amp up my suit so I can throw
So
it.
it's going to be really
like
cool.
Uncle Cap does. Can I do that?
Which I am really excited to read because I want to know how he throws it so that he can like throw it across him and it magically bounces back like a boomerang somehow. So I want to know. I want to see how that's
He's
going to
just
happen.
really good at geometry, John.
Yeah.
Just really good.
Well, something cool I want to see is like with his shield. I want to see him like fly up in the air and then dive bomb into a bunch of bad guys with the shield in front of him and like plow through a whole line, because that would be super cool. I'm really happy to say that we are now going to get started on our first cosplay section, because we actually got a question on our last video.
Yeah.
And since Tessa is our resident cosplay person, she's gonna do all the talking today. Is essentially what's going on. I keep sending it off to her for good reasons. So I guess we had a question from Jenny Kite.
Yes, we did, Mr. Jenny Kite, about
Yeah.
Beast.
Thank you, by the way.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. We all do. So,
Alright, he's doing a Beast cosplay. And his question was, he had the blue makeup down, all good, but the hair was where he was having a problem. And so I worked out two different ways. One is like ultra cheapy, and one is it's going to be a little better quality. It might cost you a little more money, but it won't be terrible. They're both essentially the same thing, just with different materials. So the first thing you want to get, no matter what, is Ben Nye Spirit Gum. It's like Bill Nye's weird brother Ben, who has his own makeup company. It's like super legit theatrical makeup that's not
I remember
expensive.
that. Yeah, I remember Ben Nye.
That's how people were like, Bill Nye has makeup? No, it's Ben. Ben.
All,
Ben.
all facial
It's his
hair.
brother Ben. He has this great theater line.
Oh wow, that was
I went there.
BenNye.
Yes, he's wonderful and makes all kinds of great theatrical quality makeup. That spirit gum is what you need. If you get the stuff from Party City, it's not going to stick on your face and might like burn. So don't do that.
Yeah.
burning is bad.
Burning is very bad. From there, you can either... The cheap way for this is to just buy a wig from Party City. If you can find a blue one, great. If you can't, you can always buy a white or a black one and buy like the hairspray paint and spray it the blue you need. Also make sure bring the foundation that you're using with you so that it's the same color, or at least relatively the same, so it's not like crazy gross. And from there, you spirit gum the areas you want. They have, the Ben Nye one has a brush on the end of it. Spirit gum the areas you want. You cut the hair as long as you need it, and you take the length. You hold it in your fingers like this, and really all you do, if I'm doing this side of my face, is I pull my thumb inward to where I'm holding the hair, and that way it's angled to where it will lay on my face correctly. And you just press until it becomes tacky,
That's cool.
and then you just kind of make sure it stays and don't talk. So it has time to dry. Now, depending on how thick the hair is that you're getting, you might need to put foundation underneath it so you can't see your skin tone underneath. But also, depending on what foundation you get, that can make it stick less. Mm-hmm. So I would also suggest Ben Nye foundations. They're much better to use for that. As far as like the not cheapy solution for the hair, Arda Wigs has beautiful, beautiful wigs. If you just want to just buy a straight wig, you can get wig hair off the internet, but I don't trust it as much. If I find some good sites, I'll post them below on our Facebook page. But arda-wigs.com does amazing wigs, and they're only $30, and it's nice hair that won't itch the crap out of your face. That's another thing about the Party City wigs. I'm not gonna lie, that hair is gonna itch your face like nobody's business. It's gonna be awful. Also, you're gonna need to get, when you take it off, this is just as important as getting it on, you need spirit gum remover, because if you try and pull that stuff off your face,
there goes your skin.
You're gonna hate me forever. So just
Oh,
get spirit gum remover and just kind of.
That's pain.
It's like hold it and just kind of work it. Work it out of your face as you pull it off. Don't try and yank it off or just douse it and expect it to come off. You have to like work it with your fingers to get it off. And yeah, that's pretty much the best way I can think to do it. You might be able to find a couple of places online that'll sell you like mutton chops that are already pre-made wig pieces that you can find. Those tend to be a little bit more expensive. And you also, I can guarantee you won't find them in blue. You can try and get those and spray paint the hair with the blue spray that you can get from Party City for your hair dye. And that will probably work just as well. You'll also need spirit gum for those as well. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward, just lots of spirit gum and...
Yeah, and definitely send us a picture when you get...
Please send us a picture,
We'd
because
love
that's
to
going
see
to look
it.
awesome.
We're really excited.
I really want to see it. So, on to our next topic. Last week, we introduced the little box to you.
We have a little box.
We have a little box this time, and so last week we gave Fox the very important distinction of our very first person in the little box. Excuse me, you're right. So, because of the cancellation of Firefly, and then for you,
Dollhouse and Almost Human also
Yes.
kind of crushed my heart a little bit.
but especially Firefly, shame on you. So this week, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be taking, we're going to be taking requests for what you guys think should put in a little box, and some weeks we may random pick it out of a hat, or we may, if there's someone that's super egregious that like made a super glaring error, we'll put them in the box. So
They
this
would deserve to be in the box.
Exactly. So this week, I believe the little box candidate
Is M. Night Shyamalan.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Alison Prouty.
Yeah.
What a twist!
Yep, and that was mainly for the destruction of the Avatar movie, Avatar: The Last Airbender movie.
As Allison put it, for crimes against the Avatar
Fan base.
Oh, so bad.
So M. Night Shyamalan, you
are in.
You're in the little box.
You're going in this box. You're going to be put in the box
For a timeout. Think about what you've done, and don't ever try and do it again.
Yes.
So if you guys have a nominee for someone to go in the little box, please tell us that as well, because we basically live and thrive because of you guys who are watching this. So, seriously, we said this like 5 times before, but I'll say it again for a 6th one. If you have anything you want us to talk about, let us know. Any questions, any requests, please tell us in the comments, tell us on Twitter, tell us on Facebook, Tumblr, all these places. YouTube as well, yes. Please share our video. We would greatly appreciate that. Like our page if you haven't done that already. So I think,
we're working on trying to get our stuff on iTunes, and I think it's Pocket Podcasts?
Pocket Casts.
Pocket
Pocket
Casts.
Casts. So
Yes.
we're working on it. It's on the way.
So, yes, that is on the way, so that will hopefully be coming to you guys soon. That way,
It's more access.
Yeah, more access, so you guys can listen to it in more places,
Yeah.
through more things.
If there's some kind of media that you usually listen to your podcasts on and you'd like to have us on there as well, let us know so that we can make sure that we add that to our list to check it out.
Yeah, really important too, because we want to cater to you guys and make sure that you can listen to it if you want to listen to it. So let us know. So I guess, that being said, we're
good.
We finished the 2nd episode. We made